such a strange and amusing place. One day you buy him rocket ship underpants, and then the next they're in outer space. Mama, don't you know you keep the whole world turning round?
Hi, this is Gretchen and Paige from MommyCast. Today we're speaking with Julia Mutter, who is a registered dietitian. Julia, welcome to MommyCast.
Thank you for having me. So now we want to know what we're supposed to do with our picky eaters.
Which I have had one extraordinarily picky eater.
Depends on their age. When they're little babies, around a year old, what you want, if you notice that they're not really eating as well, you have to think about, are they getting enough fiber? Sometimes kids, their digestive tracts are just developing. You know, I know that you are really intent on that first one, watching their bowel movements, but maybe with your second, you're not as focused, and so you'll say, why aren't they eating this? Well, maybe they're feeling a little bit constipated, and you might want to up the water or up things with fiber and see if that helps with the picky eating.
I think, the issue that we had was he was extraordinarily sensitive to taste, smell, texture. Mm-hmm. And the texture in particular was really hard. And it was really difficult to transition him from baby food to regular food because of that. And I don't think we clearly didn't do it well because he continued to be a picky eater. He backs you into a corner, because you start just feeding him the foods that he will eat, and then he gets it in his head that that's what he can do, and then all of a sudden you're a short order cook.
You can do like a slower transition. I think that, I don't know about you, but with my 9-month-old, I'm just thrilled that he's self-feeding.
See, and I was really poor when I had my oldest, and so I made all my own baby food.
And that might have made an easier transition.
Well, it wasn't necessarily easy for me. It just created more work for me. But what I would do is I'd make my own, and I'd put them in the ice cube trays and freeze them, pop them out and put them in the baggies. And so I had the baggies with the different. And as soon as he got like a tooth, I was putting regular food on his tray. In the little walker and in the high chair and stuff, I just sprinkled whatever I was eating, everything I was eating, I'd put a tiny bit of it on there. So even if he's just smeared it around, he's having fun, he's feeling textures, and he's feeling some ownership over it. And every one of my kids, from the moment that they had a tooth, I would put whatever I was eating, I'd put a little bit of it on their tray, and they would just feed themselves.
I think that there's a window where children are really very interested in food and what you're eating. And if you don't capitalize on that window, I think they kind of lose interest and start becoming more, less likely to try new things.
Right.
But if you've missed that window, let's say they're like in second grade and they're only eating 5 things, and you find yourself always preparing something else for them, don't feel like, okay, that's it, I ruined it when they were 9 months. Mm-hmm. They're ruined for life.
What about when they're 15?
Yeah.
That's a big problem with me, because he will still periodically check things off of his list of what he will eat, and he'll get it down to 5, and then I'll have to sit down and say, I can't do this.
I know this. I know that when our sons went on that hiking trek together and they fed them, Spam on pita bread, your kid ate it.
They will eat if
they're hungry, and they'll appreciate it.
But I didn't have to hear about it. See, that's the thing. I can, when you're hearing
your
about
son
it,
told my son, I'd never eat this if my mother gave it to me, but it's never tasted so good.
You go. He knows.
But, it depends on what you want. If you're fine doing that, then as long as you make sure that he is getting the right nutrients, and you want to provide him those things. But most people want their kid to experiment a little bit. And you might have a rough couple weeks, but really involve your children in meal preparation. They might think it's more fun if they prepare it.
I think growing vegetables and stuff like that on your own is really helpful.
That's what I do. And it's really fun to send, because they help plant and everything, and then send them out to the garden with a bowl and say, bring back some green beans so that we can make it. And then they're really kind of interested in it. So.
Well, and I think also you need to be reasonable with your expectations. I cooked some eggplant parmesan for my 5-year-old, and she said, I am not eating this. And that, I could have expected that,
Yeah, right.
So we got to move gradually.
Yeah. And if your child doesn't want to eat something one time, it doesn't mean, oh my goodness,
it's never going to happen again,
this.
Right?
Just keep on introducing it, and they'll
It's just hard to see all that good food going down the drain. year, week after week after week. You know?
But you just don't make that much of it
I know.
until you know that they like it, right?
Yeah. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
For more information on nutrition for your family, go to our website,
Mommycast.com.
Mama, don't you know you keep the whole world turning round?
For more information on picky eaters, go to our website.
Mommycast.com.
You do that one more time.
Picky eaters? I mean, I don't know.
No, it's more information. That was great information for more information.
Did I say that
Yeah,
again?
yeah, yeah.